importance of usability in VR is to understand what user experience is and how it helps players or developers. In a broad sense, usability in virtual reality is still usability, and the testing of it is still usability testing. But VR testing has some peculiar components that are not available at other areas of usability testing. Usability testing and research for a more optimal user experience requires two key components. The project must have an experienced developer with deep technical knowledge, as well as a very passionate tester who can give feedbacks on how the program feels. These testers can point out aspects that may be missed by a technical person, but would be a big issue for the average user. Which one do you have? Passion enough to complete this course or strong technical skills to analyze any software? Just click the button that you feel closer to. Yesterday's breakthrough in usability may become today's norm, and shortly after they may become outdated ways of doing things, or even quickly become a source of impatience. Users are always expecting faster, more efficient experiences. Consider these two drawing tools. One is MagnaDoodle, a drawing tool that works without ink and can be used even underwater. This was invented at 1974 and was popular all the way to the 2000s. The latter is an iPad with pen, both used for sketching but both have different definitions and expectations. Both perform their tasks very well and became very popular for teaching drawing. One of them is more capable, can be used in more places, and has few restrictions to its operability, while the other requires regular charging, cannot be used in wet and humid environments, and costs way more. Still, consumers are likely to buy a modern tablet instead of the MagnaDoodle. They have accepted its limitations for a variety of other benefits. Since the definition of fulfillment evolves constantly, usability testing can help understand what's going on in someone's mind when they play, and why they make certain choices in their shopping, interaction schemes, or gaming. There's a lot of psychology that goes into creating apps that are played, and the process of creating requires understanding of how the human brain works. So it's important to understand what works and what doesn't before investing in a long development process. Otherwise, you risk having to throw out months or years of progress due to certain critical errors. We care about UX because it is often the difference between success and failure in not only digital business, but all forms of mobile app design. First, a good UI/UX is important because it makes the app shine. A clear and well-organized gaming scene makes gaming more interesting and more intuitive. Second, UX design process enhances customer satisfaction and loyalty by improving the usability, ease of use, and pleasure. Especially in the context of VR, good UX can result in reduced chance of motion sickness and satisfaction with interaction schemes. Third, conducted research can be used to incorporate all aspects of end-user interaction with the VR application pertaining to specific industry requirements that needs to be satisfied. There were over 170 million active XR users in 2022 worldwide. This number is expected to rise to 216 million by 2025. This shows that the market has yet to become saturated and will continue to grow for the foreseeable future. When a user experiences a bad experience, they are much more likely to leave a bad review, meaning your application will have an overrepresentation of its negative features. Users are also more likely to be less understanding of usability problems, which prevent them from effectively utilizing the application over other small details. In order to succeed in this fast-growing and competitive environment, it is crucial to give users the best experience possible so that they won't be dissatisfied. Through years of consumer expectation research, we know that console and PC games are expected to have long play sessions and be built around an objective, unlike those on smartphones, which are more suited for games that are playable even in a coffee queue. Due to the new and novel nature of VR, it's hard to draw these conclusions just yet, but we can still make some educated guesses from its similarities to other platforms. Additionally, while your desired application may not be a game, learning about how people interact with these platforms can give us an idea on how we should approach the design process. Similar to consoles, people tend to only utilize their XR devices within their homes, most likely within a designated play space. However, these users are not bounded to just their couches and may be able to move around freely. Some users want to be physically active, while others want to stand in place or even sit in place. With such a wide range of possibilities, it is important to be aware of the desires of your target audience. If you have the wrong idea on how best your app will function, it can be detrimental to the success of your project in the market.